Hi, my name is Tyler.
My name is Taryn.
My name is Robert.
We are focusing on air pollution.
Air pollution is when harmful or poisonous substances or chemicals get released into the air.
Air pollution contributes to climate change and has a huge effect on the clean air that we need to breathe.
Motor vehicles, cigarette smoke, and plastic waste are huge sources of air pollution.
These sources of air pollution affect the clean air we need to breathe and ruin animal habitats.
The air we need to breathe is becoming more and more polluted every day.
The Clean Power Plan offers enormous flexibility to states as they tackle their individual carbon emissions targets and the collective goal of reducing carbon emissions by 32% by the year 2030.
With the Clean Power Plan, these are some of the changes that we hope to make by the year 2040.
Because the air we breathe is so important to our overall health and well-being, the Clean Air Act requires EPA to review the NAAQS every 5 years to make sure that they continue to protect public health with an adequate margin of safety. For at-risk groups, including millions of adults and children who have asthma, this is critical. Establishing and implementing a NAAQS is a two-step process for improving air quality. Setting the standards is step one. It is about defining what is clean air to protect public health. Implementing the standards is step two and involves the federal government, states, and tribes, if they wish to, putting measures and programs in place to reduce harmful pollution. For this review, EPA examined thousands of scientific studies, and based on the law, based on a thorough review of the science, based on the recommendations of the agency's independent scientific advisors, and based on the assessment of EPA scientists and technical experts, the administrator has proposed to strengthen the standards to within a range of 65 to 70 parts per billion.
The Clean Power Plan is an opportunity to reduce carbon dioxide emissions, a greenhouse gas, from electrical generating power plants and therefore help climate change. However, it's currently being litigated in the federal court.
Since the Clean Air Act was enacted into law more than 40 years ago, we have seen tremendous progress in cleaning up our air and in protecting thousands of communities around the country. Unfortunately, many Americans are still living in communities where poor air quality puts them and their loved ones' health at risk. That's why I'm proud to support the EPA's new standard for ground-level ozone pollution. Whether we work outdoors or simply want our children to be able to play outside, the EPA's recent national ozone pollution standards bring us one step closer to cleaner, healthier communities for everyone to enjoy. This proposal would lower the current standard of 75 parts per billion to a standard in the range of 65 to 70 parts per billion, while taking public comments on a level as low as 60.
The Clean Power Plan is the idea of using eco-friendly items in our factories and motor vehicles so that by 2040, our air will be cleaner and we will still be able to use some of the compounds we use today, but without the harmful chemicals. Many businesses don't want to give up the harmful compounds in fear of losing money for their business. They need to keep their business in business, so they don't want to lose money due to concerns about air pollution.
The more people that are now getting jobs in solar installation and production, the more that you have companies who are seeing how American innovation can sell products in clean energy all across the Asia Pacific and in Europe and in Africa.
Are other efficient ways to stop air pollution?
Well, increased use of solar, wind, hydroelectric, and nuclear power are some ways we could help reduce air pollution. However, they all have their limitations and their environmental and social drawbacks.
What are other plans that are in the process of being passed, and how will they work?
Well, starting January 1st, gasoline in the United States has been reformulated to have less sulfur content. That allows the catalytic converter on our cars to work more efficiently and to reduce tailpipe emissions.
Sometime in the decade of the 2030s, we expect that natural gas, even in our reference case, will surpass coal in terms of electricity generation. We see that growth in natural gas production not just sufficient to enable industrial and electric utility use, but enough output to allow natural gas exports to be even larger than what we forecast in the 2013 annual energy outlook.
So you now have a global marketplace for clean energy that is stable and accelerating.